Sup Shredders, my name is Logan aka Spiderhands and welcome to an SP Patrons video today that I'm making for Ghost as part of their custom monthly music review. And if we switch over to here, we have ourselves a track on the screen with an ASB business ad, which is fantastic. This is a track by Ian Chan, titled A Day to Unwind With You. So we're going to listen through this track from start till finish, and we're going to hear what we think. We also have lyrics we're going to be checking out at the end that Ghost has linked to. Apparently the most accurate translations are on Twitter, so that's going to be an interesting sort of journey we're going to have. But yeah, you'll have says Chinese Hong Kong subtitles here, so you'll be able to enjoy that if you can understand them. But let's go. Let's do it.
你知唔知石頭係有生命㗎？
I don't like the apple that he has. I don't like that apple. I know that that's nothing to do with the review, but that apple does not look tasty.
石頭係有生命嘅。
Now that apple doesn't crunch well. I'm not particularly happy with that apple. Piano line's dope though. It's very sad sounding, isn't it? With the vocals. Oh, that parallel minor chord was dope. Into that transition. I mean, like the vocals with the double tracking are pretty, and I like the wow, boom coming in with that kick drum. That was kind of cool to listen to. The guitar adds a nice mid-range resonance. It reminds me of the music I heard from like boy bands in the 90s. It's like we've gone full circle, like that kind of tone of voice there. That's not a complaint, by the way. I know that that's a popular style, and that's cool. It's cool, man. It's cool if we dig it. I got no issues with that. I mean, the vibrato on the guy's voice is wonderful. He's clearly a good singer, and the little boom kind of those kind of like high like synth sounds there that are a sub layer there kind of glisten and glow in the bit mix, and it's great. Piano on the right hand as well is pretty. I mean, the video is horrific. I think they managed to escape from like a mental asylum or something like that. The use of the drums here is great. I like the tom fills and how they pan and how they sort of dance around the stereo field there. Sounds a little bit more dynamic and interesting with that percussive groove there. Kind of floated otherwise, you know? Palatable, you know, friendly chord progression with the vocals kind of flowing over top. I like the fact that they're allowing the strings to kind of cascade above with those harmonies. The drums, do-do-do-doom. I mean, I think those are fun tones that we've got going on there. Final outro chorus. Oh, the angelic little parts on the piano. That falsetto ascension there in the melody, that lift was great. Guys, I can understand why people enjoy Ian Chan's music. Having the forward kicks at the end kind of helps the piano sort of sit on top without cutting into it too much. Oh, they're getting married. Nice. Ian, Oscar, Claudia, Ko, and Tima. Guitars by Wasu, drums by Jonathan Sim, all other instruments and programming by Claudia Ko. Strings score by Danny Cheng, strings played by editing by Kevin O, John Benedict Pereira, mixed by Matthew Sim. So there's a lot of people involved in this track. I see. We got lyrics now, you see. Day to unwind with you, Envy is #1 trending in 8 hours on the first day. That's dope. So I guess people are really like Ian Chan. So that's great. So we're going to continue. Sob and Sigh, I've been through this alone for countless times. Thank you to Ian Chan and Sub for this, by the way. I should thank them for that. You can't see them. They're there. They're on Twitter if you want. Ian Chan and Sub. Yeah, we got Sob and Sigh, I've been through this alone for countless times. So as a person who's got a lot going on in their head, and then this other person makes them feel calm and at peace. Look up, twinkling stars are lighting up the sky. It seems to hear what I'm longing for deep inside. I mean, I think dive into a sea of thoughts and watch the sunset till the world ends is a beautiful line. The lyrics are gorgeous, you know. Dealing with anxiety on my own, those days are gone. Even for only a day with you, the moment lives on. That's a spicy title. It's interesting that we talk about it like that, you know. Feeling dead inside is worse than saying it hurts. Yeah, it is. It is, you know. I think, is this telling us that we should communicate when we feel unhappy and be open with ourselves? It seems to hear what I'm longing for deep inside. Okay, I get it. Okay, alright. Lie back together and soak up the warm ray of light. Immerse in the sea. Ah, here we go. Leave the old days behind and look at each other in the eyes. I just want to find a silver lining, hoping you want to deep dive into my heart. Or dive deep into my heart, should I say. Looking back can't wash the anxiety away. I believe even for only a day, the moment lives on. Beautiful. Well done. I'm very happy with this. I think this is very well done. Because this is my conclusion of this track, Ian Chan, called A Day to Unwind With You. What do I think this track is about? I think it's about someone realizing they've got a lot going on, and they just want to spend time with someone that they can just be themselves with, you know, like not to have to carry the burden alone all the time. And, you know, I think that, like, you know, while there's a fine line between sharing stuff with someone and dropping your stuff on them entirely, it seems like this is on the healthy end of the spectrum, and they just want to, like, be able to be themselves around someone and connect with them on that level and share those things and have that kind of deep, meaningful relationship. I think the lyrics are beautiful and peaceful, and they sort of like fantasize just being able to lie in the sun with someone and just be themselves and be human. I think that's something that a lot of people probably just want to have, is that raw connection with someone without needing to wear a mask. So I think that's great. I think that outside of that, you know, we have a track here that's beautifully sung by Ian Chan. You know, they're a fantastic vocalist, very comfortable in the head and chest voice. And lovely little vibrato legato parts here, you know, the falsettos in the chorus are wonderful, you know, lovely harmonies there as well on the bridge and chorus parts. And I think I could hear that they were genuine and authentic about this. They were just telling their story. I think that's something that a lot of people can, like, appreciate. And I think, you know, like, this you got to be careful with how you think someone's singing this and how believable it is, because like a lot of people deal with this kind of stuff differently. It seems like it's something very special and important to Ian Chan, and I'm proud of them for talking about it. I'm sure all of their fans appreciate that too. So the vocals are solid. He's a great singer, and the melodies worked well with the arrangement, and they seemed heartfelt. I think that the song at 4 minutes 53 is good. It's good. I think there could have been an additional sort of lead layer at some point. I know it was vocal focused, and I know there was meant to be a sense of minimalism with like the piano parts, the guitar bits, like the drums when they came in, and etc., and the other elements there, and this little synth bits. I understand there was meant to be a sense of minimalism there, so that the chorus is elevated and there's obvious dynamic range there. I don't know, man. It just sounded a bit like kind of empty at the end, but at the same time, that's just not empty in the sense of it didn't sound full, but I feel like it could have used more. But then I don't, because that's just the style of music we're dealing with, eh? I suppose when you're dealing with this kind of music, less is more. So like the vocals are the focal point. So especially in Ian's range, I don't know if a lead element would have been beneficial in that respect. I don't know whether it would have necessarily sort of overcomplicated things. So maybe it's absolutely fine. I don't know what I'm talking about. But aside from that, I think the piano motifs that were there were beautiful. Those nice kind of shiny notes up in the upper end of the frequency spectrum sounded really pretty. The other bits that came in either the mid-range folks to help establish the melody there, or the overall harmony there. I liked the use of the synths as a sub-layer to kind of brighten things up. The drums kept that groove going and had some interesting sort of like tom sections there with the strings as well that came in there. The strings and the drums had a great sort of rapport and communicated well with each other, and there's especially in that like latter part where I think they had a break by themselves with some tom fills, which was dope. And yeah, it was cool. It was very emotionally kind of like loaded there. A sense of emptiness at the start, not having that person to be by, and then fuller when you finally get to that person. It makes sense because you can share that stuff outside of you. So the motif there makes sense with the lyrics and the vocal performance there and the rest of the elements. I think there is connection there. In essence, I think that the track is well written and well performed. And in regards to the studio engineering, you know, the recording, mixing, mastering, I think it's commercial grade. I don't think it's overproduced there. The guy could just clearly sing. The reverb, slight reverb on it, as well as the filtering EQ, just helps bring it along. Most of the stuff sounded kind of airy. We didn't have any sort of like bass heavy elements there. If there was any mids, it was either the strings or the synths or the keys or whatever there, with the drums kind of filling in that low end simply to punch through it. We might have had some mid basser elements there, but they were very subtle. It was more of an airy-fairy kind of affair, and that's okay. There weren't any resonant frequencies in the frequency spectrum. It was nice and wide in the stereo field. You know, there were vocal overdubs on the side as well. There were sub layers, etc. It was nice and full sounding, especially when those hooks came in. The leveling was done very well. I'm happy with it. You know, it's par for the course with stuff and of this level. You know, clearly Ian Chan is like, when you've got like someone at this level, you kind of expect the production to be dope, but it's nonetheless appreciated. And you know, it's nice and loud without pumping. So this is effectively my review, my SP Patrons video for Ian Chan and A Day to Unwind with You. I had to actually double check that I got the title right there. So I did, and hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this, please go check out Ian Chan's various social medias and our YouTube page, and stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the great stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next SP Patrons video. Spiderhands out.